way to the next level in disguise is actually getting behind. It's because the stealth roll comes before disguise, so if stealth is really high, it can become very difficult to even use a disguise roll, and if you're not using a disguise roll, you're not going to get any disguise experience, which is why sometimes you actually want to stay in place and try to fail your stealth roll so that you can start using disguise rolls, as I just did there. So here I did a stealth roll, I succeeded. I did another stealth roll and I succeeded, but I got no message because it just ignored it. And I pressed the S button again, and the S button is for staying in place, and I succeeded another stealth roll, and finally I failed the stealth roll, and now I move away. The problem with that strategy, although it will make you get disguised faster, is you don't know when the stealth roll fails. You would prefer that you would walk away immediately when the first stealth roll fails, so that you get disguise experience as you move away. Problem with that is you don't actually know when the stealth roll fails, so you might end up pressing the S button, staying in place, and failing both the stealth and disguise roll, and having everybody slightly madder at you, which is bad if they're already mad enough at you. That being just a little bit madder will make them try to kill you. So it is not really such a safe thing to do unless unless conservative suspicion is very low, as it is right now. So yep, we got our we didn't get our disguise roll level up. To go ahead and level that up. I don't really have to be that patient, considering that even if I do fail some disguise rolls, there's no consequences. I'm going to be leaving soon anyways, so I may as well get them mad at me. Who cares? They're not going to try to kill me. Not so soon, at least. And that's really good enough for now. Oh, wait a second. I'm not leaving yet. There's one thing I do want to do. I want to get at least 5 experience, or juice, from using the spray can. Spray can is extremely useful for getting juice if your juice is very low. Depending on how much juice you have, certain activities will no longer give you juice. This is one of the activities that stopped giving you juice the soonest, because it's so darn easy to do. All you need to do is walk to a wall in any building, pretty much, and spray it with spray paint. However, I really don't care, because I'm only doing this to give myself some buffer juice so that when some of my dates inevitably fail, inevitably they will catch on to the fact that I'm dating more than one person, and I will lose juice as a result of that. I will not lose levels and go to really low, like Heart 1, Intelligence 1. You know, if you get low enough juice, negative enough juice, you will get really ridiculously low stats and not be able to do anything. I'm going to be trying to avoid that, and that's really what the spray paint's job is right now, to make it so that I can try to seduce people safely and get seduction levels pretty much every day. So they did not run away. We did not lose any juice from that, not that it particularly matters. And we're going to go ahead and run immediately back to the crack house, not be able to open the door, that's not very good, and try to seduce everybody we run into. One thing that's kind of interesting, that at least I find interesting, it seems like prostitutes are among the hardest people, and immediately get to that prostitute and the other prostitute, are among the hardest people here to actually seduce, because they have high charisma and seduction. Of course, I'm succeeding at every single prostitute I run into and failing at the transients. It's completely against everything I just said. But it does seem like they're harder to run into, to seduce. Contrary to popular belief, which says that it's actually easy to get in bed with a prostitute if you're a stranger to the prostitute. So, hooray, we got our seduction level, which is all we were aiming for here. You guys may have noticed we have been skyrocketing in our persuasion while we were tailoring. That's why I talked to the crackheads on that first day, because I knew that would happen. We're also getting some law and science, because apparently these are lawyer and science crackheads who know more about that than we do, so just by talking to them we are actually gaining experience for free without even dedicating our days to learning about law or science. That science one is going to actually be more useful in the law, because I plan on avoiding anything that requires law, including getting caught and almost going to jail. So we're going to go ahead and be a little bit risky here and try to open these doors just for the heck of it. Actually, I don't really want to do that, because considering how bad we've done thus far, I don't think that we're going to get enough experience in security before we leave here and go to a place that gives a good security experience, that we're going to be able to save ourselves that day of security that I mentioned earlier. So let's go ahead and level our stuff up. And yeah, this is not actually all that interesting right now. Sadly, that is just how the game plays for this particular strategy. And hooray, we get our stats up. Actually, I think that the next day might be a decent enough day to try to move on up to the east side, to the deluxe apartment. Actually, it's not a deluxe apartment. It is a pretty bad apartment. That's really actually pretty close to the crack house, I would think. I don't know if there's a map that one can actually have of the Liberal Crime Squad world, how all the buildings are connected, but it is obvious that some places are closer to others because some of them are listed as downtown, for instance. So we're going to be going to that apartment, and we probably already leaked half of a level in, which is good because we're actually going somewhere somewhat more dangerous, and hence we might have to leave early. And it would be good if we were able to get that level before we left early. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to these crackheads. Whoops. Oh, good. They all turned up at the same time, and we lost some experience, and I didn't care either. Hey, the re-education camp. We're not going to go there yet, and I mispressed a button when I went there. When I showed that. We're going to go to the housing project, and pretty much we're going to do the same thing here we did before, except we're also going to be trying to unlock as many doors as we can, and we are also going to try to not have me burp. Why am I burping so much? We're going to try to avoid having people where we are when we try to unlock the doors. The best way to do it is pause every time before you try to unlock a door and make sure that there's nobody else on your tile. You'll know someone's on your tile if my mouse decides to stop working, if this kind of thing is over here. And if that happens and you try to unlock the door, there's a pretty good chance you will alienate the masses and everybody in the universe will be trying to kill you, which is not a very fun thing. I think that stealth might allow you, it's something that allows you to unlock doors while people are near you, or even pick up loot while people are near you, and completely get away with it. I think it's stealth, because I usually have high stealth when I'm able to succeed in doing weird things like that. And I usually do it by accident anyways. It's usually not a good idea to try to unlock a door or something while someone's near you. So we probably already got all the way to 2.5 security, which means we're not going to get anything else from trying to unlock doors. So let's move on to the next part of our day, which is trying to seduce people. Here we have a far larger group of people that we can try to seduce. People like fast food workers, locksmiths. I guess locksmiths probably have high security. If you talk to them, they will be able to get you experience in security. Security is a very hard stat to level up unless you already have at least one level in security. Because if you don't, then you can't really even practice security. If you try to unlock a door, it'll just say, do you want to knock the door down? Well, I'm making lots of noises today. Moo. With my coughing and my burping. So let's go ahead and, hooray, we got our seduction. And let's go ahead and try to get rid of this landlord for no particular reason. I always like to try to seduce landlords. Sadly, if you get the landlord on your team, it does not give you a free room or anything like that. That would be cool. In fact, it just means the landlord's going to be replaced by a different landlord. It doesn't particularly matter, though. Ooh, a lab tech. Yeah, we're not good enough to try to persuade him quite yet. We are going to try to be persuading these lab techs. So, now that we got that set up, we are going to try to... here, now that we got what's-his-face, the landlord away, let's try to liberalize his quarters. And this is going to give us more experience and get us closer to that level that we just got. Hooray! And well, that's the level that we lost before because of the date fail. And again, it's good to pause and make sure that there aren't people like that telemarketer or biker on your tile before you try to spray paint. That is how I generally die, though, not being careful. Sadly, you can't spray paint here, because if you press the U button, you'll just read the sign. It's a little frustrating. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You don't want to be using too much spray paint, because if you use too much spray paint, it'll automatically cause the conservatives to become very suspicious. It's actually a better idea to try to train your stealth and disguise before you spray paint, because if you fail your disguise rolls and you end up making people more suspicious, it won't really affect what happens after you spray paint, because you'll already be at that high level of suspicion, and spray paint doesn't increment how suspicious the conservatives are. It will instead immediately jump it to level 2 suspicion as we are at right now, unless it's already at a higher level. So we're going to go ahead and hope that we get our disguise. I'm a little nervous to get our disguise up because I have done something foolish, and hence I don't want to stay in one place and get these people to kill me. Like I almost did there. Okay, so I'm happy that I had that 2.5, or I guess it was a 5.5, whatever it was, because that made it so that we can leave early, showing off that kind of need. And we're not really getting very much science or law, apparently, from talking to these guys. Oh well. So we're going to just talk to these guys, and yeah, they all showed up. That doesn't matter. Whoa! Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. They closed it down. That's not very good at all. Well, I was not expecting that. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I guess I'm going to go ahead and go to the plastic factory early. I'm surprised there are 2 plastic factories. That's the reason why I have that work outfit, because if you have the work outfit, that is the disguise for this place. However, sometimes you can't figure out the doors, and then you end up making everybody really suspicious really fast, like I am doing right now. Great. So here I'm risking my life very badly. Very poor decision, probably, but oh well. Generally what I do is actually stay at the apartment building and try to level up my security a little bit more so that I don't end up immediately jumping to level 2 conservative suspicion just by trying to get into the building. Oh well, it doesn't particularly matter that much as long as I get away with it. So what we're going to want to do here is actually deal with the equipment before the loot, because in this game the equipment stops giving you juice before the loot does. So here we have juice 22, and we use that, and now we gained a whole 5 juice. We can pick up the loot, and that will give us, I think, 1 juice. But once we gain that level, once we have 50 juice, the equipment, destroying equipment stops giving you any juice, but picking up loot continues to. So to maximize the amount of juice we get on this first day, or first day, I don't know why I'm calling it the first day. It's the first day of actually trying to get, it's not even the first day of trying to get juice, now is it? What was I talking about? We're just trying to get fast through this stuff. So now we're at 52 juice. Let's try to destroy this equipment. Still, oh, maybe it's 100 we stop getting that experience? Something like that. So let's go ahead and destroy some more equipment. Usually I would also explore the entire place before trying to destroy the equipment, and make sure I unlock all the doors that I can, and know where all the equipment is, simply to avoid running into issues with conservatives becoming suspicious, but they're already suspicious, so I don't really care. I'll just destroy it as I go, and come back later when I am ready for the loot, which in and of itself actually isn't worth very much or even very useful. I just want to pick it up for the juice, and wow, that was a very